Unit 5. Michael Spreckle, where have you been? Michael Spreckle by the author Christabel Chapitz. You know, what is the meaning of the author? Yes, as we said before, the author means the writer, and the writer, the one who writes the story. Hey, come with me to know more information about the author. The author here, Christopher Chapitz. Christopher Chapitz was born in Ohio, United States of America. His favorite thing to do as a child was to go to the library with his mother. He also liked to play soccer and act in school plays. Hey, now let's start with part 1 in Unit 5. At the beginning, look at the picture and try to guess. What can you see in this picture? Hmm, who can tell me? Yes, exactly. I can see a lot of people, but they are surprised by something. Guess what? You know? Okay, we will know later. But before we start, I want to ask you something. Can you tell me um, what this story will be about? Yeah, yeah, it's about an adventure. Exactly. Excellent. These are the vocabulary. Let's read them together. I'm gonna read them and you're gonna repeat after me. Okay, let's start. Staggered, staggered, battered, battered, behelmed, behelmed, stumbled, stumbled, demanded, demanded, stalactite, bobbed, bobbed, charged, splat, wonder, heard, weekly, dozens, sweek. Okay, now, can you guess the setting of the story? Huh? Yeah, excellent. The jungle. The jungle here is the setting. So let's see the first target vocabulary here, stumble. Stumble means tripped over your feet or an object. Number two here, demanded. And demanded means clearly and firmly requested. Okay, so here, number three, wander. Wander. Wander means to travel without destination or clear purpose or direction. After that, staggered. Staggered. Staggered means moved unsteadily or nearly falling. Number five, battered. Battered. Here we underline this target vocabulary. Battered means hit repeatedly or damaged by heavy blows. Okay, so the last word in this part, weakly. Weakly means without strength or force. Now, let's complete. Mrs. Venture's big helmet bobbed up and down as she tapped her foot. Well, said Michael finally, it's a good thing that here the white elephant charged right near our camp, and that one I was riding slowed down. Otherwise, I couldn't have jumped off. Everyone began speaking to Michael at once. A herd of white elephants? Said Ethan Smart. Seeing even one is rare. You jumped off? Said April May, clearly impressed. How would you get on the elephant? Misty Small asked loudly. Now let's see our target vocabulary here. Pith helmet. Pith helmet and explorer hat worn in hot climates. to give protection from the sun. What about pot? Here we have pot. Pot means what? Pot, to move up and down repeatedly. To move up and down repeatedly. Okay, number 3, herd. Herd, a large group of animals. A large group of animals. Number 4, charged. Charged means what? Attacked in rush. Attacked in a rush. Michael waited for everyone to be quiet. I was swinging on a vine, 50 feet off the ground, and it snapped. I thought it was Jungle Splat for sure, but she was right there. I landed on her back, and we took off. So you swung on a vine, landed on an elephant, charged through the jungle, and ended up here? Asked Miss Adventure. Here we have splat. Splat here means wet smacking sound. Wet smacking sound. Not one vine, lots of vines, corrected Michael. 3 to 3. I was trying to get away from the baboons. Baboons? Said Benny Buck. Dozens of them, screaming like wild animals, said Michael. I guess that was their banana tree I climbed. I would have stayed down on the ground, but there was nothing to eat, and I was starving after all the swimming. Mrs. Venture always says we're not supposed to go swimming alone, said April May. Well, you'd swim too, if you had crocodiles on your tail, said Michael. Crocodiles? Said everyone. Yeah, big bumpy one with beady little eyes, said Michael. So we swam away from the crocodile, climbed the baboon's banana tree, swung on some vines, landed on an elephant, charged through the jungle, and ended up here, asked Mrs. Venture. And now, let's start part 2. I didn't plan on swimming, said Michael. I just jumped into the river to wash off. And bam! Crocodile City. What do you mean, wash off? Asked Jenny. You are filthy? You would have seen me right after I pulled myself out of the quicksand, said Michael. Cool, said Kevin. How did you land in quicksand? I never even saw it coming, said Michael. But if I hadn't fallen in, I definitely would have been lion lunch. He was closing in on me fast. I could smell the antelope on his breath. Nobody said a word while Michael took another swig of a jungle juice. That line was Pretty made when he woke up, Michael continued. He chased me out of the cave faster than you can say Huziwettas. Cave? What cave? Asked Penny. Just the biggest cave full of bats you have ever seen. That's all, said Michael. Pizza looked at him skeptically. Come on, Michael, he said. Where were you, really? I just told you, said Michael. Mrs. Venture said to work hard on our jungle journals, right? I figured no one else would have stalactite drippings or cave moss. If I knew, I was going to stir up. Okay, here we have 2 target words. Number 1, swig. Swig means to drink something in a large gulps. To drink something in large gulps. Number 2, stalactite. Stalactite here a pointed piece of rock that hangs from the ceiling of a cave. Okay? Some bats run from a lion, fall in quicksand, jump in a river, swim from crocodiles, climb the baboons. Banana tree. Swing on vines, land on an elephant, charge through the jungle, and be late getting back. I never would have gone into that cave in the first place. Everyone was quiet. Somewhere in the distance, a hyena laughed. Michael opened up his journal. Look, hair from an elephant's ear. But suddenly no one was paying attention to him. A deep rumbling sound had filled the air. What is that noise? Asked April. And this is a quicksand stain? Said Michael, pointing to a page. It sounds like a thunder. Sort of, said Penny. Here is a banana leaf. Anyone? Said Michael. But nobody was listening. Everyone was peering into the jungle. Something was coming closer. The ground began to shake. What is that? Asked Jenny. I'm not sure, said Ethan. But it could be the underbrush opened up, and suddenly the camp was filled with enormous bumping, charging white elephants. This way, yelled Mrs. Ventures. Everyone dove out of the way just in time. The herd moved through the camp like a fleet of white tanks, then disappeared back into the dense jungle. When the dust settled, Mrs. Venture told all of the students to spend the rest of the day in their tents working quietly on their jungle journals. Michael Sprinkles was the best in the class. Okay, at the end of the story, who can tell me who is the main character in this story? You know? Yes, excellent. Michael Sprinkles, the main character in this story. And here is an exercise at the end of the lesson. I want you to write the number of the definition for the vocabulary word in blank. Okay, as you see here, we have the target vocabulary, and on the other side we have the definition. I want you to read the target vocabulary here and match or write the number of its definition. And here we have finished our lesson. Wish you best of luck.